Hey, good afternoon. I know it's been a minute. I just haven't been real video-esque lately. But this this hit me like 2, 3 o'clock this morning because I started going over and thinking about how far I've come. And I'm gonna say this, and this is for everybody that has gone through, is going through, and is feeling like, for lack of better terms, you're not worthy, which is a complete and total lie because you are. Um, Help me, Jesus. Anyway, hold on. Technology, whatever. That's why I started using my phone so much because doing it with, you know, camera, computer, mic, this, that, and the third, it just destroyed everything. So, um, you're worthy of it. And I say that because you're here for a reason. And this is geared more towards the guys in the situation because I'm not a woman. So I can't give you encouragement directly because I'm not a woman. And I thank God every day that I'm not because real women go through some shit. And I'm not trying to go through the shit. Thank you, God, I'm not a woman. Anyway, but for those of us that grew up without dad, father, uncle, and we're in our 20s, 30s, even 40s and up, and we are still going, still achieving, still striving, still building. Don't stop. Don't stop. I didn't have a dad, and I'm perfectly fine. I taught myself how to shave, how to take care of me. I taught myself how to work on technical things. I taught myself how to work on cars. I taught myself how to put furniture together. I taught myself so many things outside of high school. And I'm going to be honest, I put myself through college while working a full-time job and getting a serious deficit. Who in the fuck? Sorry, hold on. I just got a text and I'm not sure who, whatever. See, real quick, side note. If I don't text you, or if I have to constantly ask, who you are texting me, that means your name is not saved in my phone. Just saying. So if I keep having to ask you that, moving on. But I put myself through college. I was working a full time job, and I was going to school part time slash full time with a triple major. Okay? I don't know how I did it. I do not know how I did it. I literally lived off of fat burners, protein bars, and coffee. And I was good at my job. And I was on the presidential list, dean's list. I had a 4.2 GPA. How you go above a 4.0, I don't know. But I found a way to do it. My test scores were amazing. And I think I've said this in a previous video. The reason why I'm not a real estate agent is because at the time I did not have the money to take the state final, which I'm kicking myself for often. But 3 people that have not spoken have told me it's not too late. It's not. It's just that I'm not a social person. I'm not a people person. So me getting into that field, probably not the best idea. I'm just saying, probably not the best idea. But it's never too late to better yourself. It's never a bad idea to elevate yourself. Yes, things get tough. We may fall. Don't stay there. Okay? We may trip. Catch your balance. Okay? We may want to stop. Don't do that. Okay? It's okay to pause. It is okay to pause. But don't pause for too long. So I say that because I've done it. Okay? I've done it. And I continue to do it. From my job, I will pause midweek, my Monday, mid shift. Okay, when I feel that I need to be more important, I pause. And I do it not because I'm sick and tired of it. No. I pause because I need a break. Because even when I'm asleep, my mind is going. So if you get knocked down, hopefully you don't, but if you do get knocked down, do not stay there. Do not let it beat you. Don't let it defeat you. Aaliyah said, dust yourself off and try again. Donnie McClurkin said, we fall down, but we get up. Okay? And by the way, it's a great song. I listen to it to this day. I don't care what I'm doing. If I feel the need to play that song, I'm going to play it. My playlist is extensive. I mean, I have days and days and days between all of my playlists. I think I have about a month of playlists, and songs never repeat. But One good thing that sticks out with me in the movie Girl Interrupted that Val said to, I don't remember her name right now, but, oh, thank you, my delivery's here. Thank you for not knocking on my door. I would have had to charge through my living room window, I'm just saying. Joking. And have me pay that $500 to get my window replaced? No, ma'am. No, sir, not at all. But she said to Winona Ryder, she said, don't drop anchor here. And even though she was in a psych mental institution, Val told her, do not drop anchor here. And what she meant by that was, don't make this your stop. Don't make this your resting place. Don't make this permanent. And that fits for everyday life. Because if you get knocked down, if you get held up, if you hit a hurdle, if you hit a point that causes you to temporarily stop your progress, and you give in and you don't continue, you're dropping anchor. It's that means that you are accepting defeat at this point. Yes, you're tired. Yes, you may feel however you feel. But that does not mean that you stop. That does not mean that you give up. I grew up, it was just me, my mom, my brother, my grandmother. And honestly, my grandmother said that I'd be living with my mom for the rest of my life. If anybody knows my mom, okay? Anybody that knows my mom, she will tell you the devil is a lie. Because I am definitely... Who? Okay. I am definitely in my own and on my own. Okay? The things that I have achieved without my father's input, influence, whatever the case may be, whatever adjective you want to use, has been because of my mother and my grandmother and my brother. My mom gave me the basics. My mom gave me the foundation. My grandmother added to the basics and the foundation. I learned a lot in my late 20s and now my 30s from my brother. Because he legit, I've watched him reach his point that he's at now. I've watched him do it. I may not have always been physically there to see it, but I've watched it. And I think it's amazing. And I hope he never stops. Do I hope he gets rest? Yes. You need to rest. But I've watched it. And even though I'm not where I want to be at this very moment, I know if I stop right now and become my father, I would become nothing. Right now, I'm not where I want to be right now, at this very moment, this current second. I'm not where I want to be right now. Am I closer to it? Absolutely. But you can't let things beat you. You can't let things defeat you. You cannot give up. I mean, I'm proud to say I've come this far without my father. There is nothing in my life that he has been a positive contributor to. Nothing. And I say that openly and honestly because that man was scared of my grandmother. Sir, if you were scared of my grandmother, meet me now. I'm worse than my grandmother, and I have no filter. So you and I, there is no relationship. There is never going to be father son. There is never going to be anything like that. There is no bond that will be formed, made, constructed, conjured. Nothing. Okay? And I'm being so serious about that. Ever. Ever. But my dad has been there. Behind the scenes, but he's been there. Because he's got his own stuff going on. Oh, we crooked. Okay. Hi all. But yeah. My father and I, there is no connection. There is no communication. There is no bridge. No. When his mom passed away, and okay, first it was his mom that passed away. She was awesome. It was because of her. Is my phone? Oh, I thought my screen was cracked. I was about to flip out. Because of her, I was introduced to that part of the family, which I have no connection to. After she died, that connection was severed. She was my only link. Anyway. And I know if my mom sees this video, she's going to say something. And that's okay. That is okay. That is my mom. That is okay. I'm not going to be mad at her for it. We've had this discussion before. I see things my way. She sees it different. That's fine. I call him a wuss, a punk, and a little cowardly bitch baby, but, that's just me. I'm none of those things. I am so going to hell for that. Okay, moving on. Hopefully, I don't end up going to hell. I don't want to go to hell, but, considering I have no filter, and I don't know how to be nice when I'm speaking my truth. Oh, well, so be it. But I will say, I have no want to entwine myself with those people, because I have a dad that is very present. I mean, we talk almost every day. We text dang near all day, every day. It just, for lack of better terms, homie, you've been replaced. Okay? From the age of 15 until now, you have been replaced. So, as I say to everybody I know, tough titties. Grab your nipples, point them to the sky, growl out, tough titties, and keep it moving. Okay, moving on. Um, and the only reason why I have not dropped that part of my name is because I'm waiting for you to, I'm waiting for your demise. After your demise, I will drop every part of you, and that's my choice. And I'm going to change my name. I don't want any part of you. Me holding that part of that you and that family, it's I'm not proud of anything coming from any of you. Anyway, moving on. Um oh yes. Need it. Mhm. Mhm. I love this water. I love core. Oh my god. Um but don't give up. Even though you may not have a dad, you are still capable of great things. Nobody has to know, you know, let people assume. It's been said that, you know, children need a two-parent household. For what? I mean, honestly, for what? To feel the the disgust between the two adults, to listen to the arguing, the bickering, the blaming, the name calling. I mean, I'm very thankful for my mom because she did something that a lot of women don't have the balls to do. And since I've always felt this way, I'm going to go ahead and say it. My mom should have had that man sign over his parental rights to me because he's useless. He is just very, very useless. What type of man is going to fear a woman because she is very educated, she's strong, she has her own spine, her own mind, she was very, very strong and secure within herself. So my mom got a lot of her traits, which I'm thankful for, because my father is a cowardless wimp. Call a spade a spade. I'm not, he is. I take after my mom's side of the family, thank God. But don't feel like just because you didn't grow up in a two-parent household that you're unworthy or that you're less than. You're not. Okay? You're not. I went through that as a kid in when my mid to late teens. I went through that. It was a mental, emotional thing I went through that I kept it silent for the most part, but it came out violently. And it came out, and anyone around me caught it, and it wasn't for them. But I didn't know how to deal with it. So don't do that to people that are around you. If you're going through that, don't do that to them. It's not their fault. Talking about it, it keeps it fresh, but get it out. But I wish my mother would have had that man sign over his parental rights to me, because he is useless, spineless, ignorant, uneducated, dumb, retarded. I can't stand it. Moving on. Um, but I don't even think that she had a constant number for him, because when we were leaving the state, if anything would have happened to my mother, because she took me with her when we left the state, I would have said, I would have shouted it from the mountaintops. I do not know that man. I don't know those people. I do not want to be around them. I want to stay with my mother and my brother. She did what so many women need to do. I was 15 when we left the state. And, my mom and I were talking about it before we left. And I said, why would this even be a conversation? I don't know him. I don't know them. I mean, I started searching for my father. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know who my father is, unfortunately. I know who my father is. So when I say I started searching, it's just that nobody had a number for him. Nobody had an address for him. So I went into my PI mode, and I'm a very good one. Okay? When I say I'm a good PI, I'm good. Okay? And that's without training. This is without a certification. I can find anybody. Okay? Anybody. So, moving on. Um, I'm good at it. I mean, like, I'm good. I scare myself at how good I am with finding people. Okay? But anyway, so I found a number for him. And this was his last known address, which I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's at the time a current wife, a current ex-wife, baby mama. Apparently that's what he was good at. He was good at sticking and moving, because he was scared of strong women. Anyway, coward. Moving on. Um, Damn. 1 second. Oh, that's rude. But I called the number, and she had instant attitude. I told her my name, and I told her I was looking for my father. I said, this is the last known number that is anywhere for him. She said, and I quote, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck about him. Don't call this fucking number again. And she hung up. Who? So at the time, I had two numbers. Okay? I had two phones. So instead of calling her from my primary, I reached into my pocket and got the backup. I blocked my number and I called the number back. And I said, first of all, Nappy Roots, I can clearly see that you don't have any children, and I can clearly see that he fucked with your mind and your emotions. That's not my problem. I'm just looking for the bastard myself. So if you have any issues, take that up with whatever God you serve, you ugly bitch, and I'll hang the fuck up. I said it. I don't know whatever happened to her. Don't give a shit. I don't know if that bastard is still alive. I don't give a shit. But I need to find out so I can go ahead and start the preparations to drop all ties and connections to that family. That's just my personal thing. Now, it might not be the same for everybody in the same situation. And I just want to let you know, if you are in this situation, that your father just vanished and it was surely a choice to just leave, stop all communication. You're not alone. Okay? You're not. You are so far from alone, it's not even funny. Because there are so many of us that grew up without a father. And it's okay. Okay, I promise you, it's okay. You're going to be okay. Okay? It may suck because you don't have, you know, dad. But I say I found my dad at 15 because of the situation that took place. And ever since then, we have been very close. So, oh, some eyelash. Okay, bye bye you. You know, and it's okay. It is okay to have a good person fill that void, because that's what I had within me and I didn't know it. And it turned me in, well, that helped turn me into a very mean person. Okay? I was very mean. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still mean. I am mean. I do not socialize with the world. I do not, hold parties, gatherings. No. And that with monkeypox on top of COVID, we good. We good. I don't want to be able to reach out and touch nobody. If I can reach out and touch you, that means you're too close. If you're in my car, that means you are too close. If you're in my home, you are too close. I need you to vacate. Anyway, and I just got some good spray and I'm about to spray it up. So, but you're not alone. And it's okay to excuse me. I don't know why my watch is doing this. No. Oh, yay. Mm-mm. Okay. It's this whole situation because males don't know how to be fathers and dads to their offspring. It's common. Okay. And I hope this video gets seen by children like me, because they need to know that they are loved. They need to know that they're not alone. And they need to know that it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. I mean, my brother, that speaks for itself. Okay? I have seen drastic changes. Like, it sounds like I brag about my brother. I do. I mean, I'm not going to try to hide it. I do brag about my brother because my brother is freaking awesome. He took an inkling, an idea, and made it explode and then metastasize of what it could have been. And he's still going. So that is freaking awesome. But again, you know, it's always said that children need a two-parent household. Again, for what? For what? I didn't have a two-parent household. Well, I had, because my mom did get married. I will say that she did get married. I had a parent, I had a one-parent household with an extended guest. I don't know how that works out, but he I we're just gonna bypass that because you know how you come across somebody in your life and just bringing them up, it makes you want to reach into where they currently are and grab their neck and squeeze it until their head is about to pop. Then you loosen your grip a little bit and you just grab their trachea and pull to see how long it really is. I just had that moment. I'm just saying, I just had that moment. And I'm thankful that my mom and I can talk about pretty much everything under the sun and beyond, because we talk about, we talk about, like that song said, give you something to talk about. We don't need nothing to talk about, honey. We talk about it all. But my mom was like my best friend. I talk to her about things that I probably shouldn't, things that she probably doesn't want to know. But if I don't tell my mom, who am I going to tell? Anyway, but no. Kids don't need a two-parent household. They just need that one parent. 99.7% of the time, it's the mother. They just need the mother to stand there and be a real parent. And when I say a real parent, that does not entail having to go to family court to prove to the court system that you are worthy of keeping custody of your child. I said it. Because I know somebody that went through that. Actually, I know two people that went through that. And they're both women. Or not women. No, no, no. Not women. Females. There's a difference. Two. Um, so children do not need, it is not a requirement for children to have a two-parent household. Because my mother raised my brother and I, and we came out perfectly fine. No jail records, no baby mamas, no STDs, no nothing, no tickets. Okay? And my brother is closer to making, well, actually, he's already made his mark on the world. So I can't even say that. But I am following in his footsteps, so to speak. So my mom did very well. My mom did very well. She raised two boys pretty much by herself. You know, she worked 10, 12-hour shifts. You know, we were in school for most of her shift. We met at the park. She picked us up, you know, and she never stopped being mom. Anything that happened, my mom knew. I swear to this day, all jokes aside, my mother has superpowers. Okay? My family is not normal. Okay? My family is not normal. My mom, I don't know how she did this, but anytime there was something going on, you could look in a certain direction, you wouldn't see my mom's car. You look again, her car would be sitting right there. And she'd be sitting in it, looking right at you. Huh? What? Okay. So my mom, her name, you know, right now is going to be Samantha. Okay. Samantha, you know, Bewitched. hmm Which it was a very good show. Okay. I still watch the reruns. Now what? Anyway, but there was nothing that somebody could tell my mother about her children and she not know. My mother is not human. Okay? My brother and I, we are not human. I don't know what we are, but we're not human. Our pets aren't even normal. So I'm gonna let you handle that how you will. But if, again, and I'm gonna say this again, and I will continue to say this, if you are in the same situation where you do not have both parents and I call them sperm donors, because that's what they are. If your sperm donor just up and left, vanished, you know, just like that, and you feel like you are alone, this is the worst thing in the world, you know, you're not worthy, this and that, stop. Because you are worthy. You are loved. You are not alone. And there is nothing wrong with you. Nothing. I promise you. There's nothing wrong with you. It happens. And it's not your fault. At all. And you're going to be okay. I promise you that. You're going to be okay. Just Don't give up on you. Okay? That's all I can say. Don't give up on you. Because if you give up on you, who is going to believe in you? If you don't believe in you, who will? You have to believe in you. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't drop your anchor because you hit a bad situation. Don't drop your anchor and stay in a situation because you've gotten used to it. If you if you reach for the stars, you'll hit the clouds. If you go for a planet in another solar system, not only will you reach the stars, you'll surpass that. Believe in you. Oh my God, I just looked in my eyes. Either I'm tired or I got some serious eye muscle issues. Hopefully it's just that I'm tired. I'm actually tired. I was up like 2, 3 o'clock. No, last time I saw the time it was 4:41. So I was up last night with this because it needs to be said. It really needs to be said. Don't. There's nothing for you to be blamed for. There's nothing for you to be held accountable for. You didn't do any of this. And you're not alone. So believe me when I tell you, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not alone. You are loved. And you're going to be okay. I speak from experience. No, it's not fun. Yeah, kids, other people, don't hear them. I mean, I got talked about because it was always my mom or my grandmother picking me up from school. But here's the thing. The same kids that were talking about me because I was being picked up by my mom or my grandmother constantly didn't have what I had. Okay? They didn't have what I had. And looking back, the hurt or the hurting will try to inflict that same amount of hurt on someone else to make themselves feel better. That's what people do. Why? I do not know. I just don't know. If I knew the answer to that question, I'd probably be a psychologist. But I'm not. And again, that would involve me interacting with people directly in close quarters. Okay? I'm not meant to be a therapist. I'm not meant to be a life coach. I am not meant to be a psychologist. I'm not meant for that. Okay? And I can tell you how I know. Because I put myself in that person's shoes, in that person's situation, and I look at it from their perspective, and then I try to fix it. See, I couldn't be in that line of work, or in that field, should I say, and not do anything, because a lot of therapists listen. They may respond. That's great. They prescribe medication. How do I know? Because I had one that was doing the same thing for me and I didn't need the medication. I didn't need it. But according to the books that doctors read, that is the thing to do, to prescribe medication that people don't need. So, it's there's nothing wrong with you. It's anger, it's hurt, it's letdowns, disappointments. That's what it is. And once you get to the point of realizing where it's coming from and what it is, you'll be able to let it go. I did. That's why now I can talk about my father and not feel anything. Okay, I don't feel. There's nothing for me to feel. How can you feel for someone that you don't know? And I mean that in a way of saying you don't feel the hurt, the sadness, the letdown, the disappointment. You can't feel these things from someone that you don't know. But you can feel for someone you don't know by witnessing the situation. Like it's saying, like for me, I feel for those that aren't able to get to a point where they can let go. I feel for those that are still letting that person have power over them and their emotions. I feel for you because it's not for you to carry. It's something completely different because for me, I honestly don't care. So what I'm going to have to do just for my benefit, and I think I am his only son. No, he had one while I was in elementary. I think I was in the fourth grade. I was either in fourth. Eh? Mm. Okay, it was after I left there. It was you, you. So that was second. That was third, and then it was fourth. I think it was fifth grade. Don't quote me. Um, that I found out that he had another kid. And at the time, yeah, it hurt. But later, like a month later, I was like, whatever. I don't know you. You mean nothing to me. And that's how I feel about it today. I'm Like, I don't feel anything for this person that helped make me. You're nothing. So I can't be upset with another person in my situation that came from you. Make that make sense. I can't be upset at another innocent child that you had after me because I don't know you. I don't know any of your children. And as far as I know, I'm still your only son. But I would know that because you don't have the balls to face me. Like I said, you're a coward. So, I need to get back on my PI mode and look for you again. Just not to try to build a bridge or a relationship of any kind. That's not what I'm going to look for you for. I'm going to keep tabs on you so that way I know that when you kick the bucket, I can legally, without issue, drop the name. I don't want any ties to your family. Yet again, having a two-parent household is not a necessity. It's just not. I had my mom and my brother and my grandmother. I'm fine. I'm strong, I'm grown, independent, successful, content, happy, and loved. What more do I need? Tell me, what more do I need? And I know I've stepped on so many toes with this video. Okay, that's fine. You do not need to have a two-parent household to raise a child or children. It's a luxury. From according to what I see of statistics, it's now more widespread. That is a single parent household. I'm just saying. Hakeem and them started the trend. Now it's spread over to, this, that, and the third. It's spread over to the Hectors, the Johns, and so forth and so on. But you know what? It is what it is. A lot of males like to stick and move. When a kid becomes involved, it's like, oh my damn, I did this shit. Maybe if I run away, nobody will know. Well, if you have a woman like my mother, she always knew. Because she only had two. See. Yeah. And it's funny because neither one of them could deny either one of us. And it's funny how females of today aren't like the females of yesterday. My mama did not sleep around. My mama was not a hoe, and still is not. Okay? Matter of fact, the three of us, it's just like, eh, like for me, I'm good. I don't need to have a body in my life. Okay? Because when I get off work, I'm tired. I am mentally tired. Okay? I don't need to have nobody in my house. No, you cannot drive my cars. No, you cannot watch my TV. No, you cannot use my phone. No, you cannot go get out of my kitchen. Mm-mm. This is why I stay single. I don't want to hear your mouth. I don't want you in my house. I don't need you in either one of my vehicles. Okay, because you didn't put in on it. You did not help me get it. You did not help me keep them. You are not helping me do anything with my cars. So no, you cannot ride shotgun. Okay, you cannot drive them. You cannot put them. No, you can't take them. Put them. No, no, ma'am. No, sir. Not at all. No ham, no bacon, no spam. Thanks for coming out. God bless and good night. No. So, if you even suspect that the person that you are, or, see, I can't even say person because this is 2022 and people have multiple bedmates. That's what I call them, bedmates. And you're going to wonder why. I'm going to let you handle up on that. You can let me know the answer you came to. And sometimes it's not even in a bed. A floor, a car, shower. Hell. I don't know. Somewhere outside. Believe me, I've seen it. Matter of fact, prime example, a couple years ago. Matter of fact, it was before I moved here. So I want to say maybe 5.5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I was sitting at the park, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. Okay, I'm sitting at the park, and I look over, because I keep seeing movement, but nobody's walking. So I look, and as soon as I turn my head, I'm like, wow. At the park? Really? Now, mind you, I'm sitting on the table. My behind is literally on the table, and my feet are on the bench. So you can clearly see me. And I'm not skinny, so you see somebody sitting there. And I look, wow, really? I'm on my phone. I'm talking to a friend of mine, and I just get quiet. I didn't get quiet, I got silent, okay? I shut what is called the fuck up. And I look again, I'm like, And I started laughing because he was working hard. He was really working hard. I heard him. And from the angle of her, it's like she was doing this. I mean, when he finished, that's when I heard her. And at the time, I had, it was my left earbud in. Okay, I had my left earbud in. And I turned this way, like I was looking behind me, so I could really listen. I mean, it didn't last long. It, I mean, maybe 15 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I really wasn't keeping track of the time, but I was ready to leave when they walked up. Okay, they didn't even roll up, they walked up. I mean, she went smooth off. So I'm sitting there listening, and I really had to zero in on my conversation I was having because I was chuckling. And it was cold. It was, well, cold. It was maybe 30 degrees. So I had my coat on, and it was one of those big puffy coats that I still have, that I can still fit and use. Thank you. Um, and I put my head down in my coat and started cackling. I mean, I was quiet about it, but it was still funny because the whole time I didn't hear her. But once she stood up, I heard her. I heard it all. It's, I was trying my best not to laugh. It was funny. But, after she completed her up one side and down the other, she walked away. I sat there for another 10 minutes because I didn't want any parts of that. Any parts. But he evidently went back to the park. That's when I got up and left. I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm going to let you sit here and have your shame by yourself in the dark, alone. But anyway, I had to get my keys in. I love laughing. Laughing is fun. Laughing is good for the spirit. It's good for the heart. It's good for the body. But last thing, you are not alone. It is not your fault. Don't blame yourself for someone else's actions. You're not alone. You're loved. You are cherished by so many people. Don't ever feel like you're alone. And do yourself a favor for the long run. Don't take what you're feeling out on people around you that had nothing to do with it. It's not fair to you and it's not fair to them. Talk about it when you're ready, but don't wait too long because everybody does not know how you feel. Everybody does not know what you think. It's better to get it out and start dealing with it so that way you can start getting past it and start focusing on you and your future. If you want to go to college, do it. If you don't want to go to college, don't. Let me tell you, college is not for everybody. I did it. I did it. 3 years. 3 years. I did it. I enrolled myself and kicked myself in my throat when I picked up that taxation course. What was I thinking? I wasn't. But I wanted to have that knowledge because of what I plan on doing with it. So, just know you're not alone. You're loved. And it's okay to hurt. It's okay to process everything. But do it in a smart way. And focus on your future. Focus on you. Take care of you. So, hopefully, it'll get better soon. But nothing's wrong with you.